Look at all the colors. All the beautiful colors. You got a red shirt on. I like it. Looking like bright and
really
sunny.
Funny? I bet I would love to see a supercut of all of the first 15 seconds of every show we've ever done. Because it'll end up being hilarious. Like random snippets and oh look, I'm a turtle. Like super crazy stuff. Anyway. I think my favorite thing about our show, Jimmy, is just we're dripping professionalism.
Right?
We clearly are experts at this medium, and none of that is true.
We banged on the box to try to get inside, and they wouldn't let us. So we said, screw it. Let's just be out of the box the whole time. Our box is out of the box. Anyway, we got Pincushion here with us. Pincushion is, an UpLift community member, an UpLift DAO member, and a newly appointed Master of Omens.
Raid Master.
Great Master of Omens, which is quite interesting. Corey's a little bit perplexed. He doesn't know what's going on. I just found out about this literally 30 minutes ago. But this has to do with the Save Borvalis event, which you were part of. And maybe if because I don't think we did an article on it, and it sounded like you guys had a heck ton of fun. Right.
Yeah.
And it's a really cool organized event, but people might not get it. They might not actually know what Save Borvalis is all about. Happens every Sunday on a weekly basis. And there's some cool looting, and the concept is hardcore Minecraft based, right? So maybe you can give us a run. What is
you went on mute, but
sorry. What is Save Borvalis, and how is the event structured? And also, who are you?
All right. So as far as the Save Borvalis event, there's an in-game mechanic called a raid, and it only happens in certain areas of the game. There's actually certain worlds on UpLift that you can't even do it, but you have to kill a specific character, a pillager, who's carrying a banner, and they tend to spawn around a specific area called an outpost. Which there happens to be one on Borvalis right by one of our teammates' plots. So we kind of all hang out there and kill a few pillagers, and that gets you cursed in the game. And then if you enter any village, it starts a huge raid with about 5 waves of bad guys coming at you, and they get increasingly more difficult. And then in the last wave or two, they drop special loot that's the only place you can get it in game. One of them is called a totem, and if you hold the totem and you die, you get a free pass. You don't die. You kind of re-energize. So it's a handy thing to have in survival, especially if you're in the Nether and don't want to lose your stuff. So it started as a way to get good loot, and more of us started doing it and decided to make it a weekly event because we were just having a blast. So last week it was the second week, we had, I think, 4 runners going and getting cursed all the time. And there was over a dozen people in multiple villages, and we would just run out and start the raid and start killing everybody and get some good loot. And 30 seconds after it was done, we'd start another one, And
killing innocent villagers seems wrong.
Right. Well, they're pillagers. They're bad villagers.
Yeah,
they're not villagers. They're pillagers.
But yeah, it's cool. You guys had real. I love the images.
Speaking of Pincushion,
that's one of our runners there that he took some damage.
Kudos for living through that.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool though. Some of the comments were hilarious. Lemon Rivers and Mickey both sent some, images of the event. So if you guys have images of the event that you attend next week or the week after, get in touch. I think there's 4 or 5 different villages that are around that can be utilized. There's one that maybe doesn't work, I heard, or something. But
right. So again, it's Lemon's plot that has the outpost tower right on it. That's in that picture. So that's kind of the place where you have to start it. But there's 3 or 4 villages within a block. that you can get to. One of them doesn't seem to work for whatever reason. One of them's a little harder to manage the terrain, but the other two, we kind of split up the group and have a blast.
That's awesome.
I like this one. Coming in for hugs.
Yeah.
This is before he was full of pins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's a really like interesting thing, and I'm happy to see it like happening every week. So yeah, you basically, somebody needs to master the Omen people, and you're going to be that guy. So that's pretty awesome. I mean, like, and this comes off the back of like you getting miscorrectly tagged in one of the DAO or chat channels, and you were like, what, did I like sign up for shit in my sleep? Like, what's going on here? Right. So that's awesome. That's great.
Yeah, it started with just a few of us hanging out, and most people didn't know the game mechanic of how it all works because it's pretty rare. A lot of people, of course, come to the game from outside Minecraft without a background. So I was happy to share it.
So how did you get here? How did you find the UpLift world? Were you like an outside of the blockchain person? Were you an outside of the game person? Were you like a little bit of both?
A little bit of both. Played Minecraft with my kids over the years, and started dabbling in crypto last year, and somehow put in Minecraft and crypto at the same time and thought, wouldn't that be cool? And found the UpLift. There was a couple other projects that I looked at, most of which are gone. But this is the one I stuck with. Got a couple plots in a pack. So they were random, just wherever they popped up. And around the same time, got into a couple other crypto projects. And actually my first big build other than my base was for the Hive, which is another crypto project. And they were having contests and, to get whitelisted. And I thought, well, let me make something, in Minecraft, that's going to be unique. Nobody over in this other blockchain is ever going to think of that. So kind of started from there, and then you get another plot and have another idea and get inspired by something else. And so now I think I've got 3 or 4 big projects going that I only have time for about a half of the project. So just picking away.
I resemble this comment.
Yeah, you guys can stop with the auctions. I know you want to do it monthly now, but they're just killing me.
Right, like me too. I was the same boat, and it's like I keep wanting to buy more because it's like, so I whitelisted somebody to a couple of my plots today. I thought I came up with a deal because I needed some help building, and I whitelisted somebody, and then I went to 2 or 3 different plots that I was going to whitelist somebody to, like that we were going to grab some resources from, and it's like I can only use 2 of them because like there's little purple squares beside the other 2 that I might want to buy and expand my empire. It's like, they're still in the UpLift services account, and it's like you're looking at the map and you're just like, how many? Like, yeah, I need to put myself on like an allowance that I could only buy like 2 every month or something like that, right? Like, it's hard once you get going, right? Like, you get the knack of 50 by 50, but then you're throwing down the blocks and you're just like, that tree in that pond that's just out of reach is really cool, and I kind of want that too.
Yeah,
it's really good. So
yeah, and the first land auction, I got 100 by 100, which was the biggest plot, and why not? It's the same price, right? In the auction, it was the same price, and then I got a village, and I thought, well, I want the whole village. I don't just want this corner of the village. So in the second auction, I bought the whole village.
Yeah, I remember like the chicken.
I'll sell all this other stuff to get it eventually. Well, but I'm going to hold them so I can get the DAO token. So
yeah,
vicious cycle.
Man, I think I crossed 220. I just buy stuff. Man, and I can't wait for the day when someone takes my job and I can just play again. I would like to go to there.
Right. I try, like I've been just dedicating like 1 day a week where I let myself do it.
Yeah. Well, and even and this is, I mean, maybe I just, I don't know. Sorry, I barely slept last night, so this is going to be just a bunch of sentence fragments in a row, which is going to be really entertaining for everyone.
It's all right. Sharding conversations.
Woohoo! the thing I keep going back to, just selfishly, especially with, you know, we're sort of in this phase where we're, you know, gathering a bunch of projects to come in and take a look at what we're doing and you know, partner up with us for the Ethereum stuff. When Taurus showed up at the happy hour thing, Taurus from ApeSwap, and he, like, grown ass man, giddy, just like, you know, super excited, and starts to kind of imagine what they can do, and their whole community is excited, and then right. And you know, while I am deeply exhausted and we have a lot more to do before we do the Ethereum auctions, like, that's like over and over and over again, we get the same reaction from people, and it's so much fun, and they have no freaking idea how deep the rabbit hole goes. Like, wait till they meet you weirdos, right? Like, it's one thing to be like, oh, I have a piece of land and I'm building and I can do it with my kids and blah blah blah. That's all really, really fun. What raid? What? Who's the Omen leader? What is happening? And I know they're gonna love it. Like, they're gonna totally connect with it, which is really fun. Anyway.
Right, like, shout out to Mitzi, right? Her name's on the screen. Like, she's been here since the beginning, you know, doing, putting together these amazing hotel builds, and throwing out quests, right? She's now our committee, you know, events committee chair, and a good group of people. And like, we were doing a few things before, occasionally here and there, but like, I can't keep up, Corey. Like, we've got quests, we've got PvP events that are coming out, you know, on a regular basis. And I think this is what's most exciting for me, is these things are starting to happen on a regular basis, where we get to, like, write articles about Pincushion and figure out what an Omen leader is supposed to look like. Right? like, that's, somebody's going to have to make an Omen leader NFT for our show. You know, because I think that's pretty cool. So, but you've got a few builds. I know you're over in Gratitude. Are you anywhere else? Like, do you have any builds in survival, or sorry, in creative, or are you a hardcore survival dude?
I wanted to shout out to everybody because it looks like half the posse is here, a bunch of followers. So, and I'm not logged in, so I can't chat. I've got plots on most of the servers. I don't have any on any creative because I'm honestly not very creative. I'm more into the mechanics and before UpLift, all of my Minecraft time was spent building big, elaborate redstone things, which can't really use on UpLift. All the automations against policy. So it's been interesting to just build different, you know, do something different. And it's caused me to do a little more creative. So instead of a big inventory system where you put your stuff in one end and it automatically puts itself away, which I just think is cool. Now I have to put all my stuff away. So I made a more elaborate, cool looking storage area for myself. So,
I mean, I wonder, Corey, if there's a way, like, I know that we can't do it from an operational perspective because it's just too heavy, but we've got a few, like, massive redstone builders like Russ and stuff like that. Like, maybe we should just have a competition and the winner gets a piece of land, right? They never go live or active in the server, but like, just show us your redstone builds on your own, like, server or something like that, right? Like, because there's some, like, baller geniuses who do that. And I'm kind of like, I suck at redstone, but like, I know Gkid's into it. Like, Russ has built tons of stuff. Like, I wonder if the events committee could maybe, like, ponder the idea of an event that doesn't actually take place in the UpLift, but showcases the brilliant talent of all of the, you know, hardcore builders that were here before we were a metaverse, really. Just shooting from the hip, not that it needs to happen or can happen or will happen. I mean, that's a DAO thing. That's, you know, our new caveat. Not that this is not financial advice, that this is not UpLift advice. You got to go everything through the DAO.
I think UpLift advice is legal. I don't think the SEC's clamped down on that yet. So
I know, but I don't like. I don't want to be. I don't want to be on a Ray Jimmy show where they just all show up on my land with pitchforks. You know.
I mean, I would pay money to see that. Is that a thing that we could do? Anyway, we got so many fam here this morning. Hello, Sue and Andre and Zestra and TC and yada yada yada. So let's rock and roll some gratitudes here. I think I saw one. Maybe I didn't. I did not. Yeah. So if everyone could rifle off a gratitude, that would be fantastic. But Pincushion, why don't we start with you?
I'm grateful for being online with you guys.
Alrighty.
So I woke up this morning and I checked, you know, our calendar, and I saw Pincushion's real name, and I went into the calendar, and I read the descriptor for the show, and we have a couple questions that we'd like to ask, so we can make images and stuff like that, and it's like, are you associated with any projects? What do you do? Things like that. It's like, no, not really associated with any projects. Just a member of the UpLift. Just want to come and hang out. Just want to show off some stuff. I didn't know at that time he was the Omen Master. I'd seen him in game.
I still need to. I don't really understand the Omen Master yet, so I'm gonna need some help there.
Right, but like I'm grateful actually that you're here, because like we don't get enough guests that are just part of the community building awesome things. And like we used to have sometimes a show where we would fly around and see a couple builds where people might be online in gratitude, but I think you might be our first ever community guest that just wanted to come and hang out and talk UpLift with us, right? And I think that's really cool, right? Like other people always had like side projects that they wanted to promote. I mean, you might. I didn't mean to dox you. If you do, please go ahead and promote them. But yeah, like I'm just grateful that for Pincushion's breach of the barriers.
Well, yeah, I just somehow I saw the link and just thought, let's go do that. I'm more about the community, and awesome. I don't have anything really to push. We can go look at my builds. We can start a raid with Corey and get him inaugurated if you want.
Let's do a raid today.
We can do it anytime.
But I just really wanted to come on and share. And I've played other online games and gotten in large guilds and been the guild leader of large guilds and other things, and met some of my best friends online. So I'm really in for just kind of checking out the community and being part of it, and a place to kind of get away after work. And yeah, as I was answering the questions and signing up and registering, I was like, nope, I don't have a big agenda. I just figure I'd get on and hang out for a little bit.
Another one that I had always thought would be fun to do, and I'll pick your brain on this because this is kind of pre-DAO where we were talking about this with Cowie and some of the other people on the events committee. And I don't even think I've actually mentioned it to Mitzi yet because, I get sidetracked and forget things. But I would love to do like a, parent take your kids to UpLift Day where we could do like a 24-hour build on a creative pod or something like that. Like what are your thoughts on that? Because like I know that you come in and you play with your kids and stuff like that, but like what are your thoughts on having like a Sunday picnic with the kids type of scenario, right? Like we do it for companies, we do it for corporations that we work with in the real world. Why not, the friends that we meet here and hang out with, right, in world?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. The more people you introduce to it, my daughter comes on occasionally and builds with me. My two oldest ones are too cool for Minecraft these days, But no, I think it's fun to get on and play. That's some of my best time is when my daughter hops on and we'll build something. Here's three parts I need you to do. I have no creativity. You go build that thing. I can see it in my head, but you go build it.
Right. You must be a better dad than me, because like if my daughters were like, I'm too cool for Minecraft, I'd be like, well, then you're too cool for allowance, because guess where your allowance is coming from. It's those rewards, baby.
There you go.
I like it. What are you grateful for, Corey?
I needed to put an adverb in front of grateful. I'm intensely grateful for the UpLift community. Yeah, just like it's, I probably need to, I know I definitely need to sleep more, but just being here and sitting, even just near you guys all hanging out and being awesome is really cool. Like just yep. It's awesome. So thank you.
Yeah, let's well, now the gratitudes are up, let's go check out one of your gratitude builds. So you said that you said that you used to build giant red machines, but then you had to kind of like change up the style, right? Did you find a new style that works for you, or are you still experimenting?
Still experimenting. It's just, again, kind of whatever inspires me. Honestly, my biggest aspiration now was inspired by Mitzi and her hotels she has all over the worlds, the weekly quests and stuff. I thought that'd be kind of fun to do. So when I bought the village plots, I thought I just kind of walked around and looked and got inspired by a mine shaft. It's Minecraft, so I want to make essentially a mine shaft maze. I always get lost in the mine shafts that come with the game, and I thought, let's just make a bigger one that is designed to get people lost and find stuff. And so that's what I'm going to build out there, and aspire to have some kind of a weekly quest thing similar to what she does. I don't think I can do 5 of them a week like she does, because I can barely keep up with participating, let alone running them. But
yeah, I mean, the first plot that I was on in survival was in gratitude, and I got my ass handed to me. And like, I learned how to build dirt houses and hide in the dark very quickly. Oh, you're here. Oh, nice. Oh. You know where you are.
That's kind of cute. Yeah, I'm on your railway.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get over.
Gratitude.
I don't have TP here, so I'm.
Do you have?
I'm gonna try and get over to.
Do you have a?
His plot.
You don't have a cart?
I don't know.
I can jump in and throw you some carts.
I don't think I do. Nope.
The other plot I'm almost done with is actually right down from my base in gratitude, and it's a huge chakra tower. I know there's been some pictures of it on Discord.
Cool.
And I'm just finishing the gratitude that
the
goes
gratitude
to it. Nice. And again, inspired by these kind of shows and the Sunday gratitude ceremony we have, I want to put people's gratitudes in the tube going to the plot, and just have everybody be part of that community.
That's awesome.
When you get to the giant stadium, hold up there.
All right.
Yeah, that
do...
one. That, like, just hang out there for a minute. I'll be there.
All right.
In a minute.
All right. I do need to get to 2,000. Right? Is that what it was? Yeah, 3,100, 2,000. Gary? Hey, Gary, do you have TV power here? Oh, I guess we'll wait for Jimmy. He said he was coming over here. I don't know what's going on. But I want to get over to 3,100, 2,000 eventually.
Sorry, I got stuck in the water.
Eventually.
And yeah, if you guys get the sky rail over near our plot, we're in.
Awesome.
I mean, yeah, the community has been great. Like, a lot of people have been donating random things, rails and stuff.
This almost seems like it's like a baseball field. That's funny.
It's a baseball field.
Yeah, this is Sports Rewind. Let's see. All right, I'm behind you.
What's up, Aqua Jimmy?
Hi, man. Let me see. I'm sure I have some extra cards here somewhere.
Oh no, we're gonna get Gary to TP us over there anyway.
I know, but you should still have a card in your arsenal for
Well,
when you're in
thank you for
gratitude.
that.
There you go.
Appreciated.
It's funny because you're the big sea lantern guy. You know what my thing is? I just want you to know. Come check this out, because like this rail design, I'm really impressed by. Look at this. It's all labeled. It's got these little shroom lights over here. Like it's the one-way track that splits. You can jump on. It's got an arrivals and a departure side, so that like people don't crash into one another. It's a pretty it's well thought out, wouldn't you say? Speaking of which, I think that there's a rail contest that's coming, design contest in the mix. So.
There is. All right, I think we're here. Thank you, Gary. So it's that over there.
That's actually my plot, yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's the hive plot.
Oh,
That's
man.
That's pretty sweet.
That's crazy.
And, again, I started it just as something to essentially win a contest, and it kept getting bigger And then I went to one of Chia's fishing events and thought, I want to put fishing stuff on my plot. So I made out the docks. Haven't had an event yet, but kind of built it out, getting ready for that.
Run a turtle in a boat.
Yeah, he randomly just popped in there.
That's awesome.
So it looks good, but again, I don't feel I'm artistic. I just kind of kept building little pieces and figuring it out as we go.
I really suck at voting.
Yeah, that looks cool.
It does look pretty cool though. Great.
Right next to the Heart of Gratitude there, the big building.
Right? What's that?
That's there's a bunch of hubs in there for Stallman. And the shipping of bottles just past that. There's a lot of big builds right around
dying. I am dying. There's a freaking bad guy down there.
You took the boat off the plot, so he's coming after you.
Is that how that works?
No.
Okay. And I died.
That's hilarious.
Like you do. Now
I can't believe I fell for that. I didn't know if you took the boat off the plot that you died either.
No,
I mean,
you don't. I think he just randomly got hit.
That's pretty funny.
Where did I end up?
No idea.
Oh, I know where you are. You're at your treehouse.
No. I'm at the
sure?
Brawl Gallery. Thanks, Gary.
So yeah, run over and check out the Heart of Gratitude right there, the big building.
I'll do that.
Yeah, so this is from the there's actually a portal from here, Pincushion, or there will be a portal from here down to south of where the Gratitude Pile is, because Stallman has a community plot down there that he picked up off the secondary market that used to belong to Yoshi and then some other guys, and then he picked it up. So they're down there building. So I think they're
my big mine shaft is right there. The link to that plot. We can walk in there. It's not built out yet, but
which one is that? Where in relation to that big plot? Where is it?
That will be the big plot, the mine shaft. Go ahead and go in there.
Okay. Okay.
This is on the other side of the map.
You're already linked then.
I linked it. I set it up, but we haven't built it out yet.
No, I mean the rail already connects to here then.
Oh, and this is the you bought
that's my village.
The village.
Go off to the right there, and the mine shaft will be the start of it. Oh, turn around.
Oh, sorry. Oh, right.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah. You're here. Okay. This is the 100 by the 100. So it's at the very bottom corner.
Yeah, on the east side. Yeah.
Oh.
So this will be.
I've been looking for you. I've been looking for you forever. There's a good connection that we can jump across the rail there.
Awesome.
We can and then one rail south, and it opens up a whole new side of the map to the rail. Actually. Cool. But yeah, you guys have been killing it over here. I've been over to this plot and hanging out a little bit. It's pretty.
Water for a second. That's weird.
It's pretty slick,
right?
Yeah, with your shaders, that you can't even see the glass on the floor.
Yeah. Oh, and here we go.
And this is a cool build, though. I like it. It's very. Are you part of the TGE?
No, I just happen to have a plot next to this, and before there was a real hub in Gratitude, he started building this out, and then the auctions came, and then a bunch of hubs popped up next to Spawn. But since I've got a plot right next to it, I'm hooking everything to it.
That's awesome. Yeah, so you're already connected. We'll get you through.
Cats around here, hey? Or in cats and dogs living together.
Lots of creepers. Cats.
Is Lisa Chandler here? Because I don't want her to know this, but I actually went on a killing spree in Spawn and Gratitude the other day because there were way too many flipping dogs, man. I couldn't even move inside the Spawn room. It was just it was ridiculous. So I killed about 3/4 of them. There was way too many.
here? Fishing rods. Nice.
Clubs all over the place.
Yeah, this is awesome. I like it.
We're underwater.
We'll
right now?
definitely have to do a post of your mine shafts when we get it done.
Agreed.
Yep.
Also, like I think I don't know, but like there was an idea about one of our community members had an idea about having some kids do blog posts for our articles. So I mean, if you and your daughter wanted to do a post or video and you guys building together, I'd love to put something like that up.
Cool.
You know, on the channel and then into the blog, or you know, if you guys have your own channel, we can just link it. That works out too. But I mean, I like it. I think it'd be cool to, you know, get kids playing together as well, right? Like,
Right. That's what ends up happening and why my stuff isn't built. I'll see one cool thing and then walk over there and end up 1,000 plots away trying to look at other stuff.
Right.
So Gratitude seems to be your favorite server, or that's just the one that you're working on now?
I've got a plot or two on most of the servers just to be able to kind of move around and check them out and experience the different ones. But most of my land is on Gratitude, just kind of where I started. And, you know, you meet a few people there and tend to chat with them more.
So there was a DAO proposal that went up recently about turning block damage on Gratitude off. Of course, it would still harm players, but it wouldn't harm builds. I mean, are you just going to waver to comment on that, or do you want to out yourself? I mean, you know, I'm kind of torn because I know like some people want it off, but I'm kind of like,
I'm a little torn too. You know, it's part of the game. You got to be aware of it. I've certainly had it blow some of my stuff up as I'm building. You just learn to be a little more careful. So I'm kind of on the fence. I think it's part of the game and it would take away from it. I kind of get bummed sometime when I'm on another server and, you know, come up to a creeper and I'm not ready to kill it and it just fizzles out. It's like, oh, it's supposed to be a challenge, you know? So I think I've missed that part of it. But yeah, I've certainly been in the spot where it blows up something that's valuable and it's like, oh, you know, wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that we have a vote.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm trying to work on a new series, basically, you know, called How to DAO and talk about, you know, some of the things that we've learned. And I got about as far as you know, Corey's insane proposal about 5 million uplifting, because there's just so much that happened around that. But it's hard to keep up, Corey. Like I don't know, like some of the community proposals that are coming out, like every single day people are there. And so like to hear somebody like you, Pincushion, say that you liked having a vote and you like the ability to potentially even propose things yourself, right? I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I haven't thought of any myself that are vote worthy, but I like the idea.
I don't vote on them all, but like I'll throw my vote down, especially on the early proposals, right? Like the proposals, like I'll put
It's like hell to get to quorum if it's any good.
Yeah, and like it's fun for me also to like cast my vote and then scroll down and see how like other team members have voted and other community members have voted. That's always
Right.
fun too, right? Like, you know.
Good job, Corey.
Thanks. I'm scared. Oh man.
I remember when I was like super new to Minecraft and I had to turn my mic off because there was sirens in the background.
Frickin' Jimmy. In case we want to go up to the top of the roof.
Randomly go up.
Anyway, super new to Minecraft, and like I remember, like Corey, it was one of Corey's first plots that he bought. I think it might have been in Gratitude or might have been in Chicken Call, and we were live on the show, and I was a complete water plot, and I'm like, what are you gonna do? How can you do anything? And he showed me how you could like put a block down and then just jump and put one down on top of that and on top of that and on top of that. And I was blown away. I'm like, wow, what is this wizardry? I mean, who thinks about that, right? Which is pretty cool. I was a little bit annoyed with this originally, but now I kind of like the fact that there's a massive glass roof in Gratitude with the trees growing out of the top of it, and I always try to fill in the outsides of it and create like this giant pond because I just like the effect. But what's that like? I'm curious because another proposal that's going to be coming up too is designing rail systems. So as a community member, a couple questions because I think that they're probably
a big circle.
There probably won't be rails in. There might not be rails in. There's not going to be rails in Ethereum, actually, right? Because we don't need it because it's a future world. People who spin up their own worlds might be able to put rails in if they want, but like in survival, we're always going to need rails because people are going to need mobile to get around. So, what's your take, Pincushion, on rail designs? Like, do you have any thoughts on that? Because like this is probably not something that exists in other Minecraft servers that you've played in. I think this is probably UpLift original to have a grid of rails. That are running through it. What are your thoughts on the designs and anything you want to maybe throw out there?
Yeah, I've never seen it anywhere else. I'd like it to be able to get around it. Certainly, it makes it a little easier for new people. Go down 3 squares. Go down so many plots. Helps to define it a little bit, especially as the units plots aren't built out. And the design is simple enough. Other than I tend to lose half my carts, it seems like, to the cactuses. So you got to practice getting out of them ahead of time. No, I like the general idea and how it connects everything. I think it's interesting when you're going down the rail and somebody changes it up. On my Gratitude plot, I actually going to change it up and go underwater, which again was an inspiration. Somebody did it a few plots down, and I went, I want to do that. So I've got a couple rails that I want to do that.
I did run from Genesis to Old World when it was all one server, and I did it more than once because I kept falling off the bridge and ended up in the water, and like it's like an hour run like in that old server. So yeah, I agree with you. The rails are definite necessity.
Yeah, I think initially was starting out, I used it quite a bit, and then when I had a couple plots on different areas of the map, I would use a horse to get between them. It was a little bit different. You have to pay a little more attention. That's cool.
Right, it's really cool.
So yeah, and then of course once you get your elytra, you got to get around. You tend to just kind of fly around as you progress through the game. But I haven't entered the contest or any of that because again, I'm not very artistic.
I mean, but they're like.
But I like the idea of having them.
I don't know, man. I think maybe you just need to tap your artistic side in a different way. Because, like, I would say I'm not very artistic because I can't figure out redstone machines. And, like, there's not much incentive for me to do that in here because, we don't do them. But, like, it blows my mind when people are, like, doing these little redstone things, even that flips a button and, throws a snowball at your head or something like that, right? Like, I don't know how to do that. Like, I think it's a really interesting idea. Hey, Titty Gobbler, you should buy a plot in the UpLift and then subscribe your business to buy followers there.
Oh, sigh. Yeah, in case anyone really needs this information, don't go to that fucking website. Whatever, that was a joke. In case anyone was curious about whether or not to do that, do not.
So yeah, what else have you got for us, Pincushion? I like this because like we get in our own little bubble sometimes. So and I get to hear from a lot of people and Corey does as well, but it's usually in the Discord, and so we can't read their faces. We're really good face readers. If you figure this out.
We go check out the Gratitude.
Yeah, let's do that.
Corey kind of wandered off.
I did. Sorry.
We have to try. I don't even know where
is
it's
it
at.
in? Is it in gratitude?
It's still in gratitude.
Okay. Could Gary, if you're still around, could you TP to some TPS to some?
How weird would it be if the gratitude was in Genesis?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, gratitude it kind of be anywhere, but what coordinates are we going to?
I'm looking. It's. I know on the map it's just a square to the left.
So that would be 3,100, 2,000, 1 square to the left, which would be 30, 50, 2,000?
I do not know.
Just go back to the hive and run west a little bit.
Hang on. All right. So with 3,100, 2,000.
If you're listening, Gary.
He is. That's awesome.
You know you're not sharing your screen?
Nope, didn't. Totally forgot that.
I was kind of wondering.
Thank you. It's like blankly staring off into space again.
Well, it looked like you were busy doing something. So
Here we go.
Hello.
It's,
wow.
2,600,
I'm
2,000.
inside you. All right, which direction?
That way.
Okay.
We've got our one of our little contests over there on the right. It's not my plot, but what was the name of that contest we did?
Yeah, those things were. Oh, you're
yeah.
here. That's cool.
Yeah,
So
the
that
other
was the
side
Other
contest.
Worlds contest.
Yeah, Other Worlds.
Yeah.
Other Worlds. Yeah.
I spent a couple hour or two figuring out exactly what I wanted to build, and then just didn't have time that weekend to do it.
Dude, build it anyway. Those spots were super cool, man. The people who did those were awesome. There's
Yeah,
a couple in gratitude
that worked out a lot better than I thought it was going to be honest.
This one's interesting too. It's kind of like a subway.
I feel
Just
like
keep going on the tracks. You'll go underwater.
I mean, it's threatening me with a good time.
With minecart.
Wee! Whoa.
Wow.
Fancy. Oh, somebody.
I
got
still
slayed
can't
by a
figure out
zombie.
what we're building here. It looks like there's like underwater sewers below this.
I like this a lot. Like, so I've actually been working on some underwater subway along with Darkness Rising and Auto Rocket, over in the temple area that Corey was earlier. But all we've got done is really just mining out parts of it. But it's hard to go underwater because it keeps flooding and
Right.
it's really super annoying.
So hop off around here, Corey. Hit squat down, which I think is control. Shift.
No! Damn it.
Well, that's what I always do too. That's fun, bro.
Thanks, Gary.
I love how Gary just looks at you. He's like, dude, is this your first day?
Really? Like,
Jump down there. And there's a little entrance to your left.
That was a perfect look, Gary.
Right.
That was
oh
great.
yeah.
So this will be
Come
the
on
entrance.
down. Okay.
Yeah, Darkness and Huddle are good guys. I agree, Charm City Coach.
So I got a spot there for my portal. We'll hook that up to the card of gratitude. And here's the gratitude.
Gratitude. I like it.
Dude,
Here, we'll
man,
blow your
seriously,
mind. Go walk over to the left or right. Just go to the edge. And then jump up. Hold it. Jump and hold it.
Oh. How did you freaking do that?
Witchcraft.
Yeah,
cool.
that's all water.
Yeah.
That's pretty brilliant.
And then this is my tower. It goes all the way up to like 2 below build height in case I want to put something on top.
Dude, we totally have to do a post on this build. That's awesome.
Right?
So
and there's like water all coming. This is fancy.
Yeah, this is really cool. I like it.
And then you
Please
can go
send me the
inside it on
comments.
the side with the tube. There's an entrance. It's hard to see with the shaders on a little bit.
And I know you're busy, but like write me a story or voice record me a story, and I'll transcribe it out. Like it doesn't have to be long. Just like it
So
can
go
be 10 sentences.
walk up against those 2 pieces of honey.
What is that made out of? How's this happening?
It's a honey elevator. You're going up.
A honey elevator. What the
I
shit?
mean,
Well,
This would
again,
make-
it can't use redstone, so you gotta use honey.
Well, obviously.
what?
Duh,
the-
don't you know that honey does that?
No.
Now, this is the tricky part because you will die. If you go on the opposite side, it'll go all the way to the bottom, and you won't die unless you move. Like, you got to go all the way to the corner, and you'll shoot back down to the bottom.
Okay.
So go straight, but stay against the glass.
Got it.
You bounce back up.
Boing. Get the boing.
Dude,
So
Boing.
this is a chakra
Boing.
tower. My wife is a
Boing.
yoga instructor
Boing.
and energy healing, and so
Awesome.
each level is represents a chakra. So we're gonna
Fancy.
again just try and educate people what that is. I built it, and she's gonna write the verbiage.
dude, seriously, yeah. Like if she writes a story, I'd love to cover that. That sounds
Yeah.
awesome.
And I've had a couple people see it and say, "Oh, I'm building something similar." So it's just interesting how the networking piece of it works.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's fun.
So you've got some cool builds. Be honest.
Be honest. Don't lie to us, Pincushion.
One of the things that I do is I try to put cool people's builds. There's a lot of people who have cool builds up on the blog, and I'll go around and take photos. Sometimes Gary sends me some, or Gkid sends me some. But for the most part, what I have to do is I have to go out and search out these builds and figure out what events and things are happening. And I tried to put together very simple, forms that just basically tell where the build is. Give a link to the map if people want to submit a few pictures, and the story of their build. But people don't bite. It seems like everyone's focused on building or hanging out, but nobody really wants to tell their own story of the build, which means that I have to tell them, or Gkid has to fly around and take some images and send them to me, and we have to make shit up. Now, Pincushion, as a master of omens, why do you think that is?
Probably just outside their comfort zone. I don't like public speaking. I don't like doing interviews. I don't like doing that stuff normally, but I just thought, again, maybe I don't think.
But
I
it doesn't have to be an interview.
But
it just has to be a 5 to 10 sentence voice recording of look, I built this cool thing. And I don't know, am I doing it wrong, or are people just too? Because I think that's what we need, right? Like having you on this show, Corey and I would have never found that ever.
Yeah, 100%.
Never.
Well,
And it's a
Corey
really
then.
cool build that we don't even understand, right?
It's sad but true.
Again, maybe it's comfort zone. Maybe it's the ease of use. Making it easy for them. Some people need to be enticed.
Right? Yeah, well, I definitely think that we can pay people in UpLiftium, and they will do it. But then we're just gonna get people that want to be paid. We're not gonna get the cool builds, right? You're not gonna submit it just because we're paying you UpLiftium. I don't think that's gonna change somebody like your mind. It might. I mean,
I'm just trying to think everybody else. What's the difference?
Yeah.
I think it's ease of use and maybe a reason to do it. I mean,
fair enough.
that's just kind of human nature.
Well, I'll just keep plugging away until we figure out the secret sauce. But yeah, I'm really happy that we got to go and visit that, and I'm gonna go visit it again because I have no idea what any of that was, and it intrigues me. Just watching Corey being like, "Hey, what? I'm swimming and now I'm bouncing."
Yeah, no, that it's an awesome build for sure.
And I can go to the top of my tower and just float down to my hive. What I need to try and do today is see if I can make it all the way to Mitzi's tower for the quest today. That's going to be my challenge.
I think what I need to do is Mitzi's been on the show a couple of times, and now you've been here, and Mookie's been on once or twice. I think we need to figure out a way for I can maybe do it, but not right now. It's not possible. But I think we need to figure out a way to have all of these events that you guys are doing live streams on the channel, even if it's 4 people. Because like nobody wants to miss the event, right? But like even if it's 4 people, old school Mario Kart style, where all 4 people are sharing their screens.
Right.
I don't even know if that's possible actually now that I think about it. But like just like having that Save Barbalos event or one of Mitzi's quests on here every week, I think that would do. I'm gonna
I'll try and stream it.
But I think that would do way more wonders than me writing an article, right? Seeing people on here connecting, having fun, talking about it. You know,
yeah, we had several people saying in the event last week, we should stream this, we should stream it. But we were on for almost 2 hours. Just most people were there most of the time, people coming and going.
Have you seen Corey and I's shows from the early days?
Just goes on and on.
Yeah, well, we only did once a week. It was like, we would go for like 4 hours, and then now we do, less time, more quality. I'd like to think that's where we're headed.
Let's go with that. Speaking of which, we got Yoshi on in 8 minutes.
We do. So yeah, Mitzi, I don't know. We can definitely hook you or somebody on the events committee or up with, streaming, and I think we should put this on. I've been trying to figure out a way too, Corey, to be able to duct tape a microphone to duct tape headset to microphone and do coverage of one of our Twitter Spaces live too. I don't know how well that's going to work, but I think it would be cool to at least have one.
I think it makes sense, right? Like even if it's not the trying to figure out how to get the audio into the stream is one thing, but at the same time, like we could have the sound can be on Twitter Spaces. We could just put a little icon on the bottom, like that's how to join in on it. I don't know. That's probably a terrible idea because then it wouldn't be very evergreen, but it would be around.
They want to protect us.
That's nice because I will need it. Mitzi knows as well as anyone. Like when I was first building out my my estate on Gratitude, her and Mello kept dropping by during the evenings because I would just get jacked.
They combine protect you.
Yeah, I agree with this too. Like I'm starting to think about this as well. And like that's another one. We need to get people like Gkid on here and showing people how to build. Right, like we did it with Joe Chiapetta's son once, and it was pretty cool. People learned a lot from it. But
I wanted to do a time lapse on mine. I just didn't have the mechanics and set everything up. I was too lazy for that. Well, I did take a couple screenshots as I went, but that's as close as I got.
We're always encouraging people to share stuff on their own channels if they have them. But like if you're doing building time with your daughter, and you want to share it, like feel free because I'd love to put that kind of stuff on. So, yeah, we're gonna go hang out with Yoshi. Please come and hang out with us while we hang out with Yoshi, and come back again, Pincushion, and anyone else. Like bring friends if you want, but like you got a lot in the comments, and some of them are welcome to join too. But like, yeah, it was really awesome that you just, put yourself out there and came and joined us. And I'd love to have you back anytime.
Cool. Appreciate the time. I'll see you guys soon.
All right. Cheers, man.
And